Good morning. How is everyone doing? Welcome to the Scottish Bodybuilding Podcast, episode number 5. Jeez!
Half a decade.
If we can get to 10, boys, we're doing fucking good. We're doing fucking good. Today's a different podcast. Well, not a different one. It's much the same as what we usually do. No structure, no strategy, just pure waffle with the boys.
People love that, but
we've been really blessed to have Big Blair over. Hopefully he's going to be more of like a kind of staple part of the podcast. The only downside is Blair stays in Aberdeen and we're down kind of central belt, so he's a couple hours away, but with us filming every couple of weeks now, you know, Blair's pretty keen to get involved, and we'd definitely love to have him as a more regular guest. Integral part of the kind of friendship circle, so it's always good to shoot the shit with the boys. So we've got Big Blair, but something even more exciting, which we're both, or all of us are incredibly chuffed with, is that this is the first sponsored podcast.
Sponsored.
So
We've already
we've
hit the big
money
time.
I know, man. Jesus
big thing.
Christ. Jesus Christ. Shout out to Bulletproof Studios. This is where we film. The service is insane. The turnaround is insane. The quality is insane. Come and check them out, guys. It's in Airdrie. They'll take very good care of you. You don't need to do a thing. You know, this is like the biggest concern that I had within a podcast is the fucking editing and all the nonsense behind it. Whereas they just take care of everything for you. So come and check them out. Once again, thank you to Bulletproof Studios for your help, your contribution, your support. You guys are awesome. But anyway, podcast-wise, today was really just to kind of recap the past couple of weeks.
Aye.
Scottish season's in full swing. You know, we had obviously PCA Scotland, which was last weekend, and then the weekend prior to that was the Granite City. I think probably the best place to start is going to be just kind of allowing Calvin to give us a wee rundown of what happened. Calvin had a fantastic success that weekend with client Chris doing amazing. His partner Lindsay, who he helped take the reins over in the final stages, killed it, brought home an overall, which is insane, man. Shout out to you, Lindsay, looked insane.
Unreal.
And yeah, Blair and I were just there spectating, having a jolly good time.
Well, that's not strictly true.
No.
Oh my God, Blair had a fucking boy as well. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Fucking hell.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm fucking leaving.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Blair had his first client on stage as well.
Lucas went up.
That was like an integral part of the fucking podcast 2 weeks ago, boys. And I've just.
Now it's like, oh, Blair was just sat there with his fucking thumb up his arse doing fuck
I know.
all.
Anyway, Calvin, how have you been? Fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck me. It doesn't matter.
It's because I'm just used to this guy being here. But
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's true.
You're just sat like a cuck in the corner.
That's right.
It's a cuck chair.
It's my
we're
usual
going to have
spot.
it.
It's
So
my
as people
usual
know,
spot.
if Blair did not stay a million miles up the country in Aberdeen, he would be a part of this podcast. That's why we're very much going to try and get you in as much as we possibly can.
I'll just drive up and down the road. Fuck it.
Bro, every other week.
ain't-
just come
it ain't
It's an expense, bro.
Mate,
Yeah, business
expense.
Logan,
Business
that's just a business
expense.
expense. Don't argue with me about it.
Fuck the tax, man.
If you guys want an incredibly inefficient tax service, incredibly inefficient, go to Coach Accounts. They're great. They'll save you loads of money. The good thing is it's all by the fucking book, that's for sure. DM me if anyone knows any dodgy accountants, man, because I'm getting, me and Cal, we're getting fucked.
Don't
I'm in
DM me.
trouble.
I don't need one yet.
I've been wearing the same tracksuit for a week now.
You must
Holes in my
have, you must,
shoes.
honestly, bro, you must have that tracksuit every colour, eh?
I know it's brutal, isn't it? I don't even realise I'm wearing it half the time.
You got the pink one, you got the black one, you got the blue
black.
one.
No, I've not got the blue one.
Oh, you gotta get the blue one.
I can't pull blue.
What, you got the big, but they've got the baby pink one
I was
you
going
get
to
away
say,
with?
but to be fair,
tan.
I was literally away to say, see, because you're so tan, the pink one's actually
Genuinely,
sound.
see
See,
if
if I
you're
put the
tan,
pink one
aye.
on, I'd look like a
Sorry,
fucking
Cal.
numpty.
This is how like black people can rock anything. Black people can wear anything they want and look cool in it.
Sorry, can I say something?
you've got a
right?
bit of tan, you can
what
get
I
away with
fucking love about Calvin, right, is that 2 weeks ago we were shooting the
Oh
podcast.
Lord. That is so
And
bad,
by the way,
people.
we're all fucking boys here. Like we're all mates. We all take the piss out of each other. And this geezer had a fucking heart attack after seeing himself in the
Bro, it
podcast
was
2
so
weeks
bad.
ago.
Aye.
Captain Milano Tan over here,
looked
like
at
I
the-
am Reed.
That's the thing. I've genuinely not started my Milano tan spell this year. I usually trick
I
it in
can't
the
believe
summer.
you only go for 3 sunbeds a week, and you only go for like 8 minutes.
Mate, aye.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes 12, 8, 12. Sometimes I'll bop about.
Sometimes
Do you wanna-
15,
do you wanna
sometimes
explain-
20.
So
do you
basically,
wanna explain why you
I
think
seen-
your genetics have been adjusted?
They have. I used to be pale. I used to be milky. Right, I'm talking. I was the milky bar kid here.
Fell into a VAR MT2.
And I kid you
like,
not, it's like the melanin in my skin has like permanently changed. Even if I don't go for them, it still just sticks to me. So I seen the podcast a couple of weeks ago. I think it was episode number 3, and they said Bulletproof sent it out, and I opened up and I was like, mate, I look like a bit of burnt leather. So I was like, what? And it's
A charity shop
Cause
leather
the
sofa.
quality, a charity shop sofa. Cause the quality of the camera and bulletproof, right, man, it shows all the flaws.
Aye, you
the
pricks.
sebum and the skin.
Let's get some
Fizzle
Dude,
me
lower
have you
definition cameras in here.
See, when we were filming, it looks. I mean, like the cameras here are insane, but I mean, we've known for fucking ages. You got these fancy,
So good.
stupid lenses, and mate, I look like this greasy ball of.
Oh, aye.
I was looking at
moisturiser.
myself. I was like, I look like some sort of sweaty, randy, drippy man. I was like, oh god.
Oh, it's bad. Aye, so basically, I seen that podcast and I said, shit, I need to cut down the sunbeds because this, I don't look. You could, I think like, you get to a nice colour
line.
and then you start to surpass it and you start to go like a mahogany colour and it doesn't look good. So I was like, right, I need
Bro, I can't remember the last time I was on a sunbed. You know that?
Genuinely?
I must have been.
Mate, this is the
Brett,
thing.
Bro, I bought. So Ronnie, guy that owns Warehouse, has got sunbed places that are sort of scattered around Aberdeen, and I bought a block. I bought an 60-minute block. I think I used 6 minutes.
Seriously?
Oh mate, I love a sunbed, man.
Mate, a sunbed is brilliant.
See when you go in, and they've got like some kind of like Ibiza lounge music. I just sat.
Yeah, I
there.
like
lie
it, but
down.
it's just a fucking arse.
Lie down.
I'll
Needs to be a
do
lie
some
down.
like guided breathing.
Nah, 100%,
Like, oh,
man. I
mate,
fall
chills,
asleep
mate.
in them. It's like my 9, sometimes 12 minutes of the day where I'm
Sometimes
just like,
15, sometimes 20 minutes.
I couldn't sit in it for that long because see when I start to get cooked, I'm like, right, I need to get out of this thing. But listen, sunbeds, I don't strictly condone the use of them consistently. But see, throughout the winter and stuff like that in this country, we are by no means getting anywhere near enough vitamin D. So trickling in a wee sunbed here and there, and it helps with the uptake. If you're popping vitamin D supplements as well, it helps with the uptake of vitamin D, actually utilising sunbeds. So don't be shy. Do you know what I mean? Don't be sitting in the house in the corner, sitting all grey there. Get yourself in. Just
Get your ass burnt.
I feel like you're
Cook
talking to me right
yourself.
now.
No, you're all good.
As soon as the sun comes out, I'm like, no, close the
Go
blinds.
away. Vampire blade. Blade.
Anyway, boys,
Right, let's go.
had a cracking couple of weeks, obviously with Granite and then PCA. So I think both you guys give yourself a wee opportunity to kind of speak about what had happened. I think when we let Blair take the
Blair, you go for
limelight
it,
to
my
begin
boy.
with.
First client
Obviously
on
we had
stage, smashed it.
Lucas, how
It
was
was
that?
it was exciting, man. It was really cool.
Did all go to plan?
It was.
Anything you learned?
Did it go to plan? Yes.
Were you anxious and nervous?
Yes, he fucking was, mate.
It's horrible.
Bro, see, before you start putting people on stage, he's like, bro, just chill out. Stop getting yourself so stressed out. He's like, you run a bit like a prick. And then
You
this
need
guy, I knew it was going
I
to
was
happen.
still more relaxed than you were.
No, you weren't.
can't show
You
the
were
client.
sat there ripping your fucking collar apart, scratching yourself.
You can't show the client. What, this is
Sweating.
the thing.
I was definitely sweating.
Aye, I'm anxious as hell on show day, right? Because you want your client to do so good. It means a lot to you, but you can't show them that.
No.
Because it just rubs off on them and they'll be like, why?
I do
why is
feel
my
like
coach-
around Lucas, I was very relaxed.
Aye,
Like
that's the best
I was very
sound.
like laid back, chilled. The issue was that when he went to go and get his like tan touched up and stuff,
Yeah.
like that was him gone, and I was like,
Come back to me.
fuck. I'm like, I wanted to have like one more little look
Aye.
because he needed. It's fucking annoying, right? Because the class went first timers straight into juniors, so it was like, and I could see when he came out in first timers, he looked class, and I was like, I'm really happy with that. Came out for juniors, and I was like, he needs more food, and he needs more water, and he needs a bit more salt. But I can't run backstage and be like, right, open your gob and fucking chuck a spoonful of jam down him and some salt and some water. Like, I could see that he needed it. So he started to like fade a little bit towards the back end of the junior class, but like, look, given the circumstances, a 14-week prep in total, like with only 6 weeks of that actually being a prep.
Aye.
I spoke to a couple of people. I spoke to Jack, I spoke to Cammy, who were obviously judging, and I think the feedback was like, could he have been a little bit sharper? Yes, maybe, but my concern was sacrificing all the good parts of his physique, and I think ultimately it's bringing the best package that you can to that stage. And yeah, I could have pulled off a little bit more, got his legs in a little bit sharper, but his body was running away with him by about 3 weeks. That's what
I think people need to remember as well that these young bodybuilders, if you keep sucking and sucking and sucking,
Aye.
the physique just hollows out.
you know all about that, don't you?
Yeah. No, but point is
What
though,
does he mean by that?
I think we all know what he
Am I
means by
missing
that.
out?
You must be talking about hoovering.
Yeah, on you go.
I've
I totally
lost
agree.
my train of thought there, boys.
Okay, it's just about like young bodybuilders
Aye.
and
Yeah,
the
that's
amount of
the thing
muscle
is,
that
like,
you've got.
yeah,
Even
exactly,
I-
man, exactly. You know, I
100%.
never really used to understand. I used to hear people talk about, oh no, they can't get in condition because they lack the muscle. And look, I think that you can still get in condition, but there's going to be clear discrepancies in terms of the harder parts of the physique and then the softer parts of the physique. I usually see it around the glutes, hams, and lower back. It just looks mushy, but it's just a lack of muscle. You know, especially see those that don't hip hinge or pull from the floor, like taller boys. that's the first thing that I usually see. To be fair, but like to be fair, we've got a very good code with you. We know we can get away with rack pulls.
Rack pulls
unsupported rows work very well for you. Like, you know, but that's as an example, we can do it.
Doesn't need to be all that, does it really?
Yeah, but you have big juicy ass these days. To be fair, like, your quads are looking
Off-season
bigger as well,
mate,
man.
they're growing, aren't they?
I know.
Yeah, your legs are
like,
class.
my legs are actually. This is the first time. It's because the sciatica's at bay. We've sussed the remedy with it, so we have.
No, you're just not doing any hacks.
Aye, there's no Cybex hack. I'm walking about crippled for weeks. But I totally agree. I totally agree with what Blair's saying there as well. Do not chase condition that is not there to be chased. You can chase a level of condition on a physique that can then start to cause the arms to look smaller, the chest starts to go. It's almost like it fades right down the physique. If you're maybe like, right, I need to get the glutes in, you're so focused on driving condition through the glutes that it takes away from the top line. The delts the whole physique itself just starts to shrink
like you everyone focuses on like the things that aren't. But like I was watching the process from 14 weeks out, but we just started like a wee diet, right? But from that 6 weeks out mark, I was looking at Lucas like in person once or twice a week. So I was starting to pick up on trends that were like, okay, he's flattening off because when he hits this shot, this fades. When he does this, that goes. And I'm not just sitting staring at his arse, going, there's too much fat there. You know, and it's like I could see when we were filling him up that the glutes were filling out, and it was a case of trying to get him to spill and then like trying to you know pull a little bit of that fluid. And I was like, there's only so much you can do with a young lad that turned 19 a month ago.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And he'd only been under my guidance for 14 weeks.
Aye.
So it's like we'd never even had an opportunity to experiment. So when I look at all of the variables, I think it was Chrissy or it might have been you that asked me, like, what would I change? I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change a single thing about what I did with Lucas.
I genuinely don't think you could have landed him any better on that day.
I don't think so either.
That was the best version he will be at this moment in time.
Yeah.
And it'll be better next time he does it again.
Well, and that's I said that to him. I was like, that's the goal, right? We take a couple of years off.
Yep.
You get bigger, you get stronger. You know, you develop more of that maturity, and then we go again. And he'll still be a fucking junior.
Aye.
He'll be 21.
He's got
Do you know what I
time.
mean?
Yeah.
I'll be 30.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck.
Also, like, you know, with the feedback you mentioned about him kind of like flattening off between classes, well, now you know next time round, you tell these motherfuckers you're taking your phone with you and take some Lucozades, take some jams, and just make sure you're glued to that fucking phone as soon as you come out.
Yeah.
You know? And
Or just have it at the side of the stage and just say, I know you're going to flatten off, start drinking.
The issue was, it was literally, he walked off stage, 30 seconds
back
later, and he was
on.
back on stage.
See, there's no time, you can't.
And I was like,
It's
there's
so
nothing,
hard
there's
to-
nothing there's nothing you can do. I was really glad he got a comparison with that big lad that came from like down
oh,
south.
the junior.
Yeah, because he wasn't in shape. That
he
junior,
had a
he was
great set of
was
great
mega
set of pins
impressive.
on him.
So much muscle, but he was off.
But he needed to come in sharper. So I was actually really glad that Lucas got that comparison with just him, because I did think it was closer. Yes, that lad was bigger. There's no doubt. But Lucas was sharper.
Yeah,
so it was then a case of, but that bigger lad, I keep saying that bigger lad, I can't remember his name, but he was impressive as fuck. When he walked out, I was like, that's fucking
Didn't
class.
look like a
to be
junior.
fair.
No, it didn't look like a junior
I was
at all.
like,
That's
show
a
me
junior.
your fucking driving license
Yeah.
right now.
Get the passport out.
But he got better and better as he posed as well. So I was really glad that they just brought them out, let them do that comparison. And then Lucas rightfully was probably third in that lineup, but I would have liked to have given him a bit more water, a bit more food, send him back out. And I spoke to Rob actually at PCA Scotland and said it would maybe be good to stagger like the first timers and the juniors if you're going to let people do both. Just to give a little bit of like one more class in between.
Maybe put the masters in between
Yeah.
instead of the masters first.
Yeah,
That'd be
maybe
right.
do like masters
them
ladies
a chance to
or
breathe.
masters men's between them, so that at least I'm saying selfishly as a coach that at least I can then go in and
Do
be
you feel
like,
like, as an athlete, mate, like I've been on back to back. In fact, no, I've been on back to back, and it is crippling, mate.
Taxing,
It's
aye.
brutal.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's
Can
really,
imagine,
really
man.
tiring.
Yeah.
Really tiring.
must fade.
Your joints are agony, mate. And
Yeah.
after stage, because you've been flexing for so long, you're just destroyed. Like you just
I
feel
can
so
imagine.
fatigued, man. So fatigued.
so that was, I said that to Rob and he was like, yeah, no, that's a fair point. And apart from that though, honestly, I cannot complain. I was fucking running about like a fucking idiot, just marching up and down the fucking wall.
That's the way it is, mate. I've done
like a
about
soldier.
15,000 steps in the one building on
Bro,
that day.
honestly, it was
It's like-
crazy. And it's amazing, like as soon as that was done, like you just feel like this like sense of relief. And I said to him, I was like, go and enjoy some fucking food, go and chill out.
Aye.
And unfortunately, I wish he'd actually done PCA Scotland.
You should have, man.
Would have been a guaranteed at least second because there was only that big lad again in
That
junior.
big lad was at that show I was at yesterday. I think
Was he
he's
there as well?
I think he's there today as well.
Is he
So is.
from Scotland?
I think he must be.
No, he's from. I'm pretty certain he's Newcastle.
Because Danny,
Is he
Danny,
just
Danny. Aye, so it's Danny. Danny Pickton.
Dan Pickstock.
Dan and Danny Pickstock. Yeah,
which is very confusing.
So they own.
I seen him yesterday as well.
Viking.
They're lovely, mate. I competed against Dan, mate. Loveliest guy ever. So sweet.
He's got an awesome physique as well, actually.
Does have an awesome physique, mate. His waist to lat ratio is stupid, man.
Yeah, it's
he
fucking
opens
insane.
up and he looks great.
I think he's coached by Nath, actually.
Is he?
He was with Cuba,
he
he's
was
now
with
with
Cuba,
Nath.
wasn't he? He was with
Yeah,
Cuba, yeah. And I can remember speaking to him about that, man, and he was saying he was just getting quite tired of the militant nature of that
That's what
relationship.
you said as well.
I mean, I worked
Just
with
takes the
Nathan
fun.
as well.
Just,
and Nathan's
just sucks the fun out of it,
very...
man. Sucks the fun out of it.
Nathan's like super chill, man.
No
Like,
Super
he's-
Bowl Saturdays.
No Super Doll every day. Every
Super
day
Bowl
days.
Saturdays, come on the boys.
I know.
But no, he's a really impressive young lad. I think he's going to do really well. I think I want to say his name's Alex. I want to say his name's Alex, but I'm pretty sure he's like Newcastle way.
Why
He
not?
looked insane yesterday as well. I'm 100% sure it was him yesterday. He looked absolutely mega yesterday, but again, just needs come in a bit tighter, man.
Yeah.
Just a little bit
And what do
tighter.
you guys make of Ali Brown?
Ali Brown.
Oh, man.
I knew he was going to win, man.
Aye,
I knew he was going to win.
overall, I didn't know Ali prior to Andy posting him. Like, my God, this guy's the nicest guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Ali's
genuinely.
lovely, isn't he?
Mate, he was commenting on like when I was doing my physique updates. He was like, "Fucking hell, bro, you look insane," and all that. I was like, "Who's this guy?" And I went on his page. And I was like, "This guy's saying I look insane." I'm like, "That mate,
Do you
go
know
to
what's
look at
mad,
yourself."
man? He's
You
just
are
like you don't know anything about Ali, and then all of a sudden
Aye.
he pops up on a stage, and you're
Unreal,
like,
mate.
"Where the fuck
That's-
have you
he
been?"
came out
for
of
the last
nowhere.
fucking-
He does that, though. He does that. He does
Because
that.
he's busy fucking scaffolding.
Is he
Yeah.
not? Aye, so that's what he's
Fucking mad cunt.
I did take because I've been on his Instagram. Right, he's not coach. I wonder what this guy does for a living, but he's lovely,
scaffolding.
and he deserved it, man.
Oh,
He's
mate, yeah. I
terrifying.
couldn't see anyone beating him, man.
No.
If Kieran came in at 100%, like condition wise, I think that the discrepancy in muscularity would be a little bit more apparent because I think Kieran was a little bit more shapely, a little bit fuller, but condition wasn't quite there. But even if Kieran sucked that condition off, I just think that would just suck him in too much, and I just don't think he would be able to hang with Ali.
Aye. I just think, mate.
Ali's grain though is just it's like
crazy.
it's just you
Like
can't.
some people can't. You
He's got
can't
that
get
scaffolding muscle, bro.
It's this guy.
It's the scaffolding muscle.
It's the building site. Big up the building sites, Ali boy. I hear you. Get the hop ups up. You just want to know what hop ups are. Ali will know.
Bro, I know
that.
all about hop
You
ups.
used to have to change the hop
It
ups.
literally, his whole body's like calcified. It's just like, you know, when you get
hands
those,
hands like fucking shovels.
crazy.
when your hands get all callous,
Yeah.
your whole body just looks like that. Just looks like sandpaper. It's crazy.
As soon as he walked out, man, I was like,
I
right,
cannot
okay.
wait to see him and Chris McCann go up against each other.
Two
The
bros.
heavies, man.
It's gonna be so cool.
Because like Chris has probably got a little bit more muscle. Chris has maybe got a little bit more of like a bubblier full physique. But like it's just the condition, and you know what
It's just
two
a
bros are
pure
like.
powerhouse, Ali.
Yeah.
And it's just like everything.
And when it hits his most muscular with the, you know,
crazy.
just with the forearms into the biceps, and it's just the
veins,
lines
lines
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's just that texture,
Aye.
mate. It's
There's a genetic
silly.
component to that texture as well, man. A lot of people can dig as much as they want and
That
maybe have as much
Caucasian dry,
tissue as they
bro.
want.
It's that Caucasian dry.
Caucasian dry.
I mean, that's the thing. For example, consider like Wayne Angus. You know, Wayne,
Bro, his physique is
his
fucking...
physique's insane, but he's got that like soft muscle.
Aye, I know what
not-
you're talking
it's
about.
not-
But that's
it'll
quite
come in
suited to
time.
classic, but into
Aye,
that's quite
it'll
suited.
it'll come in time.
Definitely,
he
man.
probably needs to take another.
Wait, just win.
£10 off him, maybe at least 10 to 15 pounds. I think he could probably take off him. Like he's still got.
Yeah,
a
I
good
think
bit
I
of
think
weight.
again it sort of comes back to that thing that you mentioned about Kieran though. It's just like how much weight can you pull off of Wayne before you start losing all the
Detriment to the
wonderful
look.
things about
Aye,
his physique.
absolutely.
Because like I look at Wayne's physique and I go like, I mean, it's the most beautiful physique up on that
I would
stage.
quite like to see him his condition maxed out. I'd like to see him enter an off season. I'd like to see him go compete again next year and do some pro Qs, because if he can pull himself in, set himself up for a good rebound, maintain condition throughout, he'll never have to dig quite
That to
so
me,
hard again.
that to me is what fucking classic looks like.
Absolutely.
Like, I look at Wayne's physique and I go, like,
yes.
you
Nice.
see people rock up to classic shows and it's like,
You're not classic.
no, come on now. You see Wayne rock up to a classic show, you go, this is where you belong. Like
perfect.
you
The
don't
only
need
thing
to
that I
go
do
anywhere
have
else.
for Wayne though is when you're walking about the fucking venue, put your fucking joggies on, bro. Nobody cares if you got a big set of pins. You look like a ball bag.
Was he walking about
He's
with
looking
the
at his
full
legs hanging out. I was like, bro, put on some
To be
fucking
fair-
joggies, man.
To be fair, your client Chris, he was standing at the
Was he
pit
doing
stop
it?
stall in his trunks.
Oh, bro, I said
Oh,
that was
for
like,
ages?
that
And I
was
was
like
like,
Tyler last
was this
year
when he
was
come off
competing.
stage?
Yeah,
Aye, yeah.
I think he was waiting. He was
top
waiting
off. I
to
was
get.
like, bro, put your clothes
He
on.
was waiting to get pictures taken outside. So he was. I just said that to myself. Don't put your clothes
So I
on.
was like, this is a great
We're gonna
advert
get
for
a few
pit stop
pictures.
right now. So he's got the purple trunks on. I was like, this is cool.
I get a cake from Neil when we fucking get done competing. Did you see that?
No. Did you see
got
the
a pit
cake?
stop
Go?
cake.
You get one?
No, I didn't get one.
You didn't fucking deserve one.
Get it sorted, Neil.
I fucking did.
I know you
deserve
gave
one.
him that full cake. I was like, Brilliant, Neil. Thank you very much.
Thanks
But
for
I think
fucking up
he's-
my
I
boy.
said, yeah, but I get that in the freezer, tiny. But he handles things well because he's
did really well.
Nothing that dies I
He's
can't
competing
sort.
today. He did promise me. He said, Calvin, I'm not fucking it. I'm not, because I'll speak to you about this, and Chris will be on about this after his full shoot prep last year. He fucked it.
We pressed the fucking
We
button
spoke about
He
that in the
fucked
other
it.
podcast.
But you
didn't
need
we?
to, I suppose, don't you? We say that.
to learn the hard way.
But no, dialed right back. And I think it's such a hard place to go. See, when you say, this is my final show, you go a night away with your missus, you go and eat some shit, you have a couple of days off plan. It can be very hard to go, fuck it, I'm going to go back on and compete this weekend. That can be hard to shift.
Why
What's
did he-
great
why
though is
did
he
he
just
decide to
loves
do
it,
that?
mate. He just loves it.
It was always in him. I planted the seed. I was like, UK UP, it's a good way to go out, good federation, man, for your first season and stuff like that. And I know he was toiling with it, and then he was said to me before PCA, he said, so see if I don't completely fuck it on the Sunday after PCA when I go away with Becky, do you think we could rein it in? I was like, mate, just remember you said that. If you want to do this, it's in the back of your head. So you will make your job very, very hard this week if you go crazy, or you'll make it easy. And he didn't. He didn't go crazy. No, he didn't go
Up like
crazy.
a few pounds.
He didn't weigh himself the next day because he was at a hotel, which I didn't want him to be doing to fuck
No,
his head.
I know, yeah.
He was like, aye, he was like 3 or 4 kilo up from show day on the Tuesday, and he was just fluid, shifted it right off.
So
and
what
was
did you
where we
put
were.
on, like pro fat for a day?
Pro fat for a couple of days.
Yep.
Fats just don't sit good in his gut at all, so it's more like pro veg, to be
Yeah.
honest, with minimal amounts
Really,
of fat.
doesn't
like 40
fats
grams of
don't
fat.
digest well for Chris, do we?
Terrible. He's got, I don't think it's diagnosed, but he's got IBS, so he has. But
okay.
any seasoning changes, any spice changes, even certain supplements, man. So we need to be very. But we've done I've done intolerance tests and stuff like that, and it's came back feedback on certain things that are absolutely sound to him.
I know, it's
And
so varied,
it's-
mate.
it's
It's so,
hard,
so
and
Its
Right.
varied.
honest tests are a
It's
really
hard to
difficult one,
gauge.
man. I
That
find
is-
that I don't find that they're particularly accurate. Like
Like chicken,
it
he
gives
was
you a nice
intolerant to
insight.
chicken.
Yeah.
I'm like, eat chicken every day, mate. So don't worry, we're not moving that. That's sound.
I've not been eating chicken anymore. It's been giving me
been
heartburn,
having
mate.
chicken
I've been,
mince? Is it?
been having chicken mince. I don't know if the extra fats just seem to
I love
to
the
help.
chicken mince though, man. It's
I
so
love
fucking
chicken
good.
mince, mate. It's so,
It's just
so
something I
good.
eat, man.
So fucking
I went
good.
off chicken, remember that? I had to say you change it to turkey.
Oh my god, yeah.
Worst time in my life, I don't even want to think about it.
Okay, that was gross, bro.
I've never gone off chicken, ever.
That was just I cut into a bit and it was. Don't I talk about it?
Really,
Oh.
PTSD.
Aye, PTSD. I'm
Still-
back on it
can
now.
Still
but
hear
I'm
the
alright.
sounds now.
The sounds.
And
That's gonna be graphic for the listeners.
Bro, it was
Fucking
blood.
hell.
It was cooked and it was actual blood squirting out of it. Like,
oh,
Aye,
brother,
100%.
no.
Sorry, people.
Brother.
But anyway, back to the Granite. Superb show again. Put on with the boys.
Yep.
Loved it, man.
I didn't
Just
see
such an
any. I
enjoyable
didn't see
day.
any real nothing with the judging that I saw that was an
Everything
issue.
seemed
Everything
bang
was
on.
everything was pretty.
100%.
Only thing that and the guys know that this was a fuck up was the first timers when they brought the two lads. That obviously, like, I don't know if they turned up late or what had happened, but the guys that weren't first timers, it was that big lad Alex and another guy, and they just brought them onto the stage.
Aye.
I think that was just like a communication thing.
Right.
I think
so. They
I think-
shouldn't have been on that.
So they shouldn't have been on the stage.
Because somebody said to me, and I said, people get, like, if that was PCA, you'd get outed for that, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
you would. You'd be called out on
Guns
social
that.
media. Be called out on
Yeah.
Guns
Instagram.
him,
But I
aye,
think
you'd be
it was
fucked,
just
wouldn't
a, I think it was just a, I don't want to say a clerical error.
So it was
but
just like a mistake.
I think something happened and they were like, oh, we've got a couple other boys joining the
put them
stage,
out,
and everyone else is like, why? And then they came on. But apart from that, I didn't see any issues with Granite at all.
Yeah.
It ran smooth.
Amazing.
It's such a good venue. It's such a good show.
It's a good
Perfect,
venue,
isn't it?
The venue is so good, man. You just get to like mill about.
That's the thing. You can literally just walk
Not too
about
big
anywhere.
either.
No.
Everything's kind of within.
The only thing is, it's a
touching
bit of a
distance.
fucking maze. So I'd obviously never been up to the athletes area
Aye.
before because I was like, well, I don't need to be here. But obviously, I was with Lucas, and I'm like, where the fuck do I go
To get
I'm like,
back down.
I'm like going down the stairs. I'm going back up the
There's like
stairs.
3 ways to get upstairs,
And I'm
man.
like,
It's-
this is like a fucking maze.
Yeah.
I was like, where am I going? I'm like, right, Lucas needs to go and get his tan touched up. I'm going to go down and watch. I'm like, how the fuck do I? I'm like, where am I going?
I think it's so cool. So if you're sitting down in the seated area and a class is coming on, you just see them all kind of march right
It's
around
cool,
the back.
isn't it?
I
Yeah,
think
you
it's
can
so
see
them all.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, let's go. They're getting hyped up. You're like, come on. I
It
think
was
it's
class.
so cool.
But obviously, I mean, that was a big day for you, wasn't it? With Lindsay winning the,
Aye, that was
winning the
crazy.
overall.
So it was. Aye, so with
I
that,
don't want to brush over Chris, sorry, but he looked fucking awesome as well.
Chris
at Granite.
Chris was the best, man. So he was the best he'd been. Rightful placing for Chris as well. Gulliver's client, I do believe. I can't remember his name. Ross.
Yeah.
glutes are insane, man.
Insane, man.
Bro,
just his
I
structural
couldn't
He's so
believe
condition.
young as well. Like,
Yeah,
he's
20, I
Aye.
think.
Yeah, I'm just
Ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
Like,
He's got
ridiculous.
a really long-
Gulliver did a
really
great
long season
I
ahead
actually
of him
only
as
spoke
well.
to Gulliver really for the first time last week. I've
Gulliver's
never
great
spoken to him
lads.
previously. Good
Great
lad,
lads.
man. Really like him.
Golf is so nice, man. He just loves bodybuilding.
Yeah, he does, eh?
So
Bro,
passionate
I've
about
never trained with anyone that trains that fucking
Bro,
hard,
he
man.
trains like
I
a
literally
fucking
said to him, I was like,
maniac.
bro, I don't think I've never said this to anyone before, but like,
Bro, he
have you ever
bleeds when he trains.
have you ever considered not training as hard?
See what happens. He believes.
Genuinely,
I've walked into
genuinely.
Limitless, and he's like, "Where's fucking?" Boom, nose just explodes, and he's like, "Oh yeah!" And I'm like, this guy.
That's literally him.
Aye. And then I'm questioning myself, am I training hard enough? I'm like, nah, it's probably just a different
Comes like,
level.
anyway, I'm going to go and do some cuffed lateral
Aye,
raises,
I'm
so
going
I'll
for
catch
my
you
deal.
later
See you
on.
later.
Honestly
yeah.
though, man, like I can remember training with him.
Stick
And he's
to my
like,
cuffs.
he's like, again, and I'm like,
He screams
Like,
like,
bro,
like,
you
mate,
just
I've-
lifted that whole thing up.
I'm like, I can't do anything.
aye. I can't do it.
I can't.
You're going to need
Taylor
to
had to
do
go to
it.
the toilet for a halftime super draw. He was like, right,
So
I'm
I
back.
find it well, bro. I'm not a spring chicken no more. I'm fucking 28 these days, man. You know, he's indestructible.
The day
How old is-
the day
how
is
old is
coming.
Bro,
Bro,
he's like 21,
Mate, he's
22.
an animal.
fucking
And he's so strong as well,
so
man.
strong.
He's strong as a fucking ox.
I think it's
that
only a
boy.
matter of time. I'll say, I've got to say to the new girl, I believe your time is coming for the hot sauce. I think he's going to be. I don't know. I'm looking at the
you
weight.
feel it?
I probably
Bro,
feel
I'm
like
not
he's
He
gonna-
going
probably needs it.
Bro,
I'm
I'm not
not
gonna lie
saying
to you,
that
though.
he's not nigh.
His body will be suppressive as hell with how he's training, man. His body will be fucking
You
shut
need
down.
careful recovery,
He's giving
Cole.
himself rhabdo, bro.
I think I don't know.
I've been pushing blood for the last 3 weeks. I'm not entirely sure why.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Kool-Aid
Blood.
man.
I know.
Nah, I dare say I don't know. He's in it for the long haul, so not that you need to go assisted or anything like that.
Of course you don't.
Um,
I mean, of course you don't.
Do you
Of
ever look
course
at
you
any natural boys? You're like, I just wish you would get on some fucking.
Steve McDonald.
Get on some
Yes,
gear.
Steve McDonald.
I've got natural clients that I say. I'll never
you
ever
don't
say.
say.
Sorry, I don't. I think to myself. I think
And
to
I
myself.
forced them.
I wonder what would happen if you just said to me. I wonder what would happen. Do you know that way? But it's obviously something I'd never put it on a client. I never even put on a client to try a client or anything like that. The most I've said to people is like, would you like to incorporate maybe a little bit of yohimbine? It was going to help towards
Bro,
fat
your
loss,
mind
blah,
is
blah, blah.
fucking shite. I hate
Yohimbine's brilliant, mate.
He
For
can't
disposing of
tolerate
stubborn
Klein. He
areas,
doesn't
man.
like Klein, but he's fine with Yohimbine.
Cannot do it. Aye. Klein ruins me, mate.
Yeah.
you. Him, man, I sit in a dark room and I'm like
Calvin's
in the
already a
corner.
little bit jittery, but when he's on that, it's like,
It's fucking horrible.
I can
So,
feel.
Calvin, there's a lot of spelling mistakes in my plan. So I'm sorry, bro. I just took
It's
40
my hands are
micrograms.
gone. Nah, I just can't. I just can't
So
tolerate
you
the
would
stuff.
rather have your himbine over Klein, eh?
I'd rather have none of them, to be honest, to make me.
Okay, yeah.
You quite like your slew.
I like that. That's absolutely phenomenal. See the cognitive funk.
That's
the
why I really
awareness.
like it, mate.
Love
That's
that
why
stuff,
I really
mate.
like it.
It's so good, man.
What try
That'll
that
never
methyl
come out.
blue? Methyl
Aye,
blue?
well, I've heard a lot about this as well. I heard that on
Vigorous Steve.
another. Aye, well, Vigorous Steve speaks about it. I actually heard it on another podcast, but
Dr.
I'm not
D
going
was
to
on it as
mention.
well.
I
I think, do you pair it with ephedrine?
I'm not sure.
Meant to be that little bit
I'm
more
not sure, but it's
efficacious?
got quite popular recently, hasn't it? It was John Jewett and
Mitochondrial enhancers.
the metabolic
Powerhouse
enhancer.
of the cell.
That's brilliant. It's good stuff, man.
I remember Louis Blackmore made a fucking PDF.
Oh, the mitochondria one.
Yeah, and I was like fit.
just too much to take in.
I was like, bro.
I hate that
Like my
shit.
fucking brain just
See when
exploded.
that
Bro, see if
happens,
someone
Like
gave
granted though, it does seem like this is kind of like going to be the next little trend right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it'll fucking fizzle
Oh,
out.
definitely. What you talking about? Like the kind of peptides,
Like kind of
amino
like
acids.
peptide, kind of like mitochondria, kind of like enhancers,
I just think
kind of
it's a
things.
I was going to say I think it's a load of shite. I don't think it's a load of shite, but I'm just like, it's like anything. This trend will spike.
You're probably
and
right.
it'll drop off.
No,
and
you're-
then
it's
there'll
probably
be another one that comes out. It'll be like the ABCD peptide,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for your fucking I don't know. It's
Honestly, I think the easiest prep ever would be just like plenty of Clen, plenty of T3, T4, hell of a Zempic.
Aye.
And then just layer on the fucking the slews.
I'd
like to try-
Yeah, I would just. you wouldn't need to do anything. You just,
I'd like to try that.
You're
Sit
literally
at
burning.
maintenance.
You're
Just
literally.
sit at maintenance.
Yeah, you're literally incinerating
I
fat
actually
at rest.
seen, who was it that put a post up? Tom Hames. He put a picture of him up for his prep, and he was like, "Can you drug yourself shredded?" And he spoke about how he just
Yes.
smashed so much Clen, so much train, like just sat mains and got shredded.
Yeah, I'd
Just
actually
a
quite like to
crazy
try
amount
that. I
of
think
To
it's
be
like,
fair, though, you
Athletics.
do see some boys doing that though. You do
mean,
see,
listen.
you see a lot of boys like out.
People don't
drugging
care.
their preps.
Aye,
because
yeah.
they don't have the grit to push.
There's no
and press.
rules in bodybuilding. That's the thing. If you want to sacrifice it, sacrifice it.
it's like that age old thing that every fucking man and their dog's spoken about, where it's like, oh, I never have my bikini girls go below 1,000 calories.
Shut up.
It's like, I'm sorry, but if you've got to go below 1,000 calories, then suck it up, Buttercup. You fucking get under those, get under that 1,000 calorie
100%.
threshold.
I'll tell you right now, I've had to for a minute. Not for a long period of time, but I've had to for a minute, and they've understood that. Do you know
Bro,
what I
I
mean?
was fucking 102
What
kilos
do they
eating
expect?
1,300 calories a day.
50 kilos,
100%.
45
No,
kilos.
they know it.
Joanna's 5'4", fuck all, man.
all,
Like she's going to be on sub 1,000 calories.
100%.
You know, she's already on like 1,300. She's 12 weeks out.
And
Mate.
that's-
Where's that going to go?
Exactly. You can only go one direction from that.
My favourite band, One Direction.
One
But no,
Direction.
Lindsay.
Aye, so Chris, first of all, smashed it, big man, proud of him. Lindsay, incredible. I took, for anybody who doesn't know, I kind of took the reins of Lindsay's prep on peak week. I was just very familiar with Lindsay's physique as I've worked with her for like
You coached her before, eh?
a 3.5 year.
Yeah.
Put her through like many photo shoot preps. Like she's been at the stage where she's at just now
So
and
you get
stuff
to
like
see
that.
her every fucking morning, do you know what I mean?
Every morning I see her. I sit and watch her
Apart
do
from
her
the night you
check-in.
have a sleepover at mine.
I've not except when I'm staying at yours.
My mate.
Can we cut that out of the podcast? I'm looking at it.
No, keep it in.
Don't want people to get jealous. Aye, and then peak week was kind of coming around, and don't get me wrong, man, I've stayed out of it, the full prep, everything smooth. And peak week was coming around, and I just started to kind of see her physique going in a direction. I was like, she's really starting to fade. Or nice pop that she had to the delts was going. The back, the definition and the pop she had to the back was just starting to fade. It was almost as if it was just becoming flush.
I think that's a telltale
was
sign
looking
of
softer.
Lindsay,
No
to be
three
honest.
dimensions.
She needs
to it.
food. Aye.
That her
She's-
back
when she-
shot.
when-
I
but
didn't
when
have
you're-
that 3D
but when
time.
you're,
Yeah.
but when you're that lean though,
Aye.
right? You know, the thing is, it's when you've not really had a chance to push carbs on someone, you don't really understand the depth of their physique. Because I can remember getting a look at Lindsay the night before, and I remember saying like, I didn't realize how flat she'd been for how long she'd been.
Because you've seen the physique coming.
And then I seen the physique come to life, and the muscle that she had, the depth that she had was beautiful, mate, and was indicative of an overall win for sure. But like I said, I just didn't know that was there because of how flat and because of the updates I've been watching
And
across
that's
the
the
week.
thing,
So I did see her at the start of the week, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
she's gonna have to
And
start putting
you're
food
not
in
the only
now.
person that said that.
You know, like I could see her just flatten out a lot, especially through the delts. You know, and she gets this trademark split through the top line.
But it
That
was
just
gone.
gone.
It was
Yeah.
gone. And
I always
and it was
noticed
only
I
getting
noticed it
worse.
through Lindsay's back.
Yeah.
I think that's such a really good point as
100%.
well. See if anyone, any coach that listens to this, like try and find little talking points or little kind of like points of identification in bodies in terms of like what body parts pop a little bit more. If there's like new details, new splits that can give you landmarks in terms of points of fullness.
That's what I was doing with Lucas.
Yeah.
I would always notice it on his back double.
Yeah.
Like I'd look at his back double and I'd go, it's just hollow.
That's
like,
the
there's
telltale signs.
Nothing's there anymore. Needs
Aye.
food.
You need to remember these shots, and that's why pictures are such a necessity. And obviously seeing something in person, do you know what I mean? Because you're going to be able to see what direction that physique's going in truly.
Yeah.
I was seeing every single morning, the physique was disappearing. Food was getting pulled down when she was needing more of it. She ended up eating nearly 4,000 calories more than what she was supposed to going into the show. Granted, it was salvageable, the direction I seen it going in, only just. She was eating till 12 o'clock the night before the show, which I never typically do. I'd like the majority of the loading to be done by that point, and then I'd be able to pull it back nicely. But we had to run it up to that. I was just like, just keep eating. Monitoring body weight was dropping off. Just keep eating. And so it was like nearly 3,800 roughly calories more than what she was supposed to be on. We loaded her into the show. Next morning she got up as well, and I was like, she's flattened off a touch.
More.
So I was like, has she really flattened off, or does she just need a bit of salt and water? So put a bit of salt and water in. I was like, there's more food to go in here. Put a little bit in the morning, and then I seen her come out for first timers, and I was like, as soon as she walked out for first timers, I said, there's so much more to be given here. Like, I could see it within her physique.
Like a whole tub of jam.
She was eating fucking loads of that shit, was she?
That's the
jam
Calvin
protocol.
special, but he just gives his clients
jam.
some Harley's jam and a spoon, and he's like, eat it.
It's the peaking protocol. Nah, you just want something to digest as quickly as possible, not sit bloat the gut or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? She came out for first timers, and I was like, I know she can be better here. Like, I know she can be so much better. Granted, Lorne deserved it. I seen it in the first bout. I was like, Lorne actually had that there, but I know Lindsay can be so much fuller. So when we got her off stage, she came back. And don't get me wrong, probably I maybe an impact on her physique going into first timers as well. And I do believe even Braun took her in that one as well. It was close, but I believe Braun was 100% downright second. I was like, Lindsay deserves this third. And I was like, but I know for a fact we can be better here. Which is why the opportunity of being able to enter multiple classes at certain shows is brilliant as well. I do believe that.
But again, it comes back
brilliant.
to that thing I was speaking about with Lucas, right? If she went straight back on, there's nothing you could have done.
That's it. It's the
You
same
know what I
result.
mean? Whereas because she had that gap in
It should
between,
have been worse.
like
I
I
was
was
just going
She
straight
should have
back
been
in.
worse. She'd have looked stringier. Do you know what I mean?
and I would have loved to have done that with Lucas. Like say, right, you've got 5 classes to go until you're back on.
Look, let's be honest, it's down to the organisation and the federations. It's
definitely.
always been a fucking problem. And like, someone's probably going to have to put their foot down at one point and say, right, guys, I'm busting my balls for 20 fucking
Definitely,
weeks
man.
here. You guys cannot leave me my pants around my ankles for 5 fucking minutes. Like, you
totally
guys got to give me more notice than that. You know, I was a little bit pissed off at PCA, man, the other day because the communication was fucking dog shit.
Aye.
Dog shit.
We didn't know what was happening.
It's like, okay, boys,
Let's
pump
go.
up. It's
Aye.
like, give
Give me a
us the
minute,
notice,
Aye.
man.
See, like,
It's
start
not hard,
pumping
mate.
up. You're going to be out in
It's
15
not hard.
minutes.
And
aye.
all those motherfucking judges have been in that fucking spot.
I actually did
Everyone's
think.
been in
I actually
that
did
spot.
think they did a decent job with that at Granite. They had Shannon upstairs in the athletes area.
They were brilliant, mate.
They were like, right, okay,
let's go,
the next
aye.
class going on is this, which means your class is on at this time.
Yep.
Here we go. It was it was a little bit unclear when, because Lucas's class is one of like this. It was like the second class or third class on, something like
Yeah.
that. It was a little bit unclear. I was like, right, so is he going down to do? What's he going down to do?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But then you could see like, by the time the other classes were going,
Yeah.
it was way more like clockwork. It was way nicer to
100%.
see.
It was like picking up the flow of the day and
Yeah,
it just ran.
I mean,
like
you'd have seen it
clockwork.
because you were there all day, right? You were
100%, man.
backstage all
It just
day.
got better and better. Do you know what I mean? And not that it was bad to start with, but it did just get better and
Still a
better.
bit slower.
But I
to
found
begin
the same
with.
thing at PCA when I competed in PCA Yorkshire. It was just like, right, novice, you're going on 5 minutes.
They're so,
I'm like,
aye.
what the
They
fuck?
all like that. Let's go, man.
Aye.
They just fling them out on stage.
It does run like fucking
It does.
clockwork
Aye,
at
it
PCA.
definitely does. It's probably one of the most accurate in terms of like how quickly it is running.
I couldn't believe what time it finished. I was like, oh,
It was aye,
On time.
I was like,
unbelievable,
class.
man.
That's fucking
Crazy.
sick.
Because they do it every single week, mate.
Yeah,
It's just like
Yeah,
a theatre
this is-
production.
By the way,
It's the
fucking
same
Stephen
categories
is
all the
so
time.
good.
Oh,
At the
mate.
fucking
No,
MC
man.
stuff,
Cassidy
eh?
does.
I was talking to him
Stephen
after
Cassidy
it
does
as well.
such a good
He's
job
the
at
best
that.
at it.
He really does.
He's the best. Isn't
We're
he?
gonna have to get him on at some point. Eh?
Oh, that'd be class. I will get Stephen on.
Because he
Definitely.
did-
We'll have to
Did
free
he
up a
not
couple
form?
hours
Give
because
us
he'll be here for a while.
The background
Oh
of the
Christ!
PC.
But the thing with Stephen, mate, he's a really complex guy. Like, there's a lot of depth to him.
Mate, so much.
He was a great fucking coach. He still is.
Does he
just
still
doesn't-
does he still
Nah,
coach
he just
people? No.
doesn't.
I think he's got a couple
I mean, he's
of
probably
clients.
full on.
couple.
He's probably full on with PCA now.
Listen,
Dude, he's
man.
not just full with PCA.
He's doing very well
He's
at
got
his
another.
job.
He's got another big role as well.
He's got a massive role in his job, so he has like a huge role.
Yeah,
aye.
man. Like this is
He's got-
PC's
aye.
his side hustle, mate.
Aye.
It's crazy.
PCA
So like
is
the main
his-
job that he does is big muntings. You know. And then on top of that, he's got his family. He's got the kind of little investment kind of stuff that he has with Pit Stop in terms
He
of
does well,
formulation.
man.
Yeah.
He's non-stop.
Yeah, man.
That's a
He's
busy man.
Yeah, he's a busy man.
That's a busy man.
I feel him.
But no,
his
I think he does a
grind.
great job at the PCA.
He does.
shows.
He's brilliant,
I
man.
And to be fair, when I
He
didn't
makes
see
it
him,
so
I
exciting.
don't know if you will watch this, but whenever I see Stephen, he goes through these like shifts in structure, like frame. I don't know if he's good, if he's like
Mate.
looking more trim, but he looked good though, man. I
He
was
does
like,
look
you've been
good.
taking care of yourself.
He always looks dapper
He
as
told me
well,
he hadn't
man.
been training,
He's
but like,
always
he's
dressed
I've
down.
seen him beforehand when he's been like blown up, and I think
Aye.
that's when he's been kind of going through a bit of a rougher patch. Whereas when I see him the other day, you know, despite all this increase in responsibilities and how hectic his life is, he's still looking in good
Yeah,
nick.
he
He was
looks
talking
good,
down
man.
on himself, but
We all do though, don't we?
It's just holds
Christ,
like a good kind of, it's like mature muscle that's been built
Granted, the
over
amount of
time.
fucking steps he must do in those days, just
Crazy.
walking back and forth on
It's
the
love to see his
stage.
fucking order ring, man.
Oh man, HRV negative.
Yeah, absolutely fucked.
Good on him.
Anyway, sorry, we keep
Aye.
fucking going. This is going to happen a lot. By the way,
Tangents,
we're
man.
going to go and
Jesus,
fucking.
who the hell put that plant there? I'm kidding. Right, aye, well, that's it. Aye, so Lindsay, she come off stage, rightly took third place in first timers, and I do believe partly that was down to her being a little bit nervous. She wasn't I was getting a pump up, and I was like, Lindsay, pump up, focus. And then they were like, right, you need to go now, because they were starting to go backstage and they were kind of chucking me out. I was like, Lindsay, keep pumping up. And she's like, talking to the other girls. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, Lindsay, hit the lateral fucking raises, shouting down the stairs at her. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, just a bit of stress. Like, she left a few things. I had to run out and get in the car and things like that. So that's probably played an impact. But she definitely didn't have enough food in her again. And that was on top of, so that was, if she didn't have that 3,800 calories, nearly 4,000. Probably by show day, it was about 4,000 calories on top of what she was supposed to have. She wouldn't even have placed, I reckon. And that's the reality of it. So we took her upstairs. I said, chill your ass out. Okay, we're going to start eating a little bit of food. So we put in a little bit of food with fats because we knew she wasn't going to be on later on the day, just to slow things down. Had her do a little bit of posing. She was falling asleep. I was like, perfect. She was like, I think I might get a coffee. I said, no, you're not having a coffee. Just fucking fall asleep, relax. And I got up and had a look at her about an hour and a half, about an hour and a half out. I looked at her and I was like, there's definitely more room here. She was hitting a few poses. I was like, you need to keep eating here. I said, Lindsay, take that jar of jam, go and sit in that corner there and don't stop eating it until I say stop. And I come back and the full jar was pretty much gone. Yeah. And I said, go up and start posing. She took her gown off There was fucking veins coming out her chest, her arms, her delts were so capped, her glutes were full as anything. I was like, this is it. There we go. We've nailed it. This is going to be perfect.
Have you had to feed up as hard this week in between?
Mate, she takes so much food.
Oh,
No,
she's
I'm
still
not
had to
one.
push.
She's a bikini athlete. I understand that. She's not a fucking open bodybuilder. Mate, she's fucking smashed about 1,600 grams of carbs in the last 3 days. It's
That's
crazy.
wild.
It's crazy.
Again, it's just my condition
And
I was going
perspective.
to say, it's also
100%.
it's a testament to the
Stress
condition that
response.
she's
Aye,
in.
definitely.
out, yeah.
And she just gets tighter, and I'm taking her body weight over the course of the day. An hour after each meal, she'll literally go and put away an 80 to 100 gram of carb meal, and she'll drop off body weight like an hour
It's
and a bit
so
later.
fucking
And
mad how that happens. I'm like,
get
how?
up.
I'm like,
Aye,
where does
mate.
this
I'm
go?
like, what's going on? I'm like, get
Oh.
up, and I'm trying to get her there before we go to bed because I know where the look is and I know what weight
How
that
much
looks
is
at.
clearing overnight?
She's flushing like so. I could put her to bed. She actually flushes more over the course of the day, which is absolutely mad. So I'll put her to bed. I always put in a big fat meal before bed, a lot of fat, so the food really sticks overnight. But she usually flushes. So if I could send her to bed, maybe say like 56.5 kilo or something like that, she'll maybe wake up at like 54, round about that, 54 and a half. So nothing too
It's
crazy.
a big shift for that body, for
But
like
it's getting
only being like 50s.
still. You're right for the
You know what I
size
mean?
here. You're right for the size here. But she takes a lot of food, and that's what she needed on that first peak. And when she did come back out, I said to her when she was there, I says, "You're coming out." When she was backstage at the Granite and about to go out for the Open, I says, "You're going to get a better place in this time. Trust me." She's like, "Calvin, I've had a good day. I'm not bothered. It's okay and all that." And I'm like, "You're going to do better." She was just like, "I don't mind. I'm happy. I've got a fun place. I'll just go out and have fun." I was like, "Okay, go and have fun." As soon as she walked out, I said to
Probably less expectations.
Oh,
That bloke's only
100%,
got to
mate, which is
contradict how
probably a
she's
good
feeling.
thing. Aye.
Yeah.
I said to Kylie, who was sat next to us, I said, "How much better does she look?" Kylie was like, "Calvin, what the fuck? She looks completely different." And I was like, "She's going to take this." I just said, I was sitting next to Kylie and I said, "She is going to take this here." Hopefully the judges don't see beyond how much she's changed. And it was one of the first things Cammy Duncan said to come up. Done, mate, what happened backstage to her? What the fuck happened? She's come out a
Bit of
different
super
human.
dolls.
Yeah. Couple of super
Cammy.
rolls. Come on, the boys.
Super doll, aye. She was in Chrissy's super doll bag.
We were not having a conversation about
Aye,
that.
we
at
were like,
Granite.
what would happen
What
if-
would happen? Just one would be fine.
But it would
Actually,
be.
I
One
remember
would be
that. I
fine.
think
No,
she
we were
was
talking-
actually on stage and we were like, what would happen? We were
Aye.
like, what would go on?
What would
be
happen
bad.
if we put a super doll
I
in?
know, I think one.
One super doll? Can't can it?
No.
One with
Maybe
each meal?
she's
Does
competing the
anyone,
day, so she is.
anyone listening have any experience? Any females have experience? Please let us know.
Oh, I could say a few coaches. I know, gee, bro. I was at that
Tom
show
Ames definitely
yesterday.
punched that on his definitely punched that in his
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
You're telling me small but mighty or whatever her
Mate.
name is has not been gubbing them.
What's her name again? Is it
It's
Sarah?
ridiculous.
Sarah, she looks insane.
Or
to be
Sarah.
fair. Yeah,
Sarah?
Sarah.
I'll never get to that level of muscle mass.
She's not with Cal, eh? Like
That's
fully,
right,
fully
man. I've
with
seen
Cal.
that. The transition
Yeah.
occurred. Aye.
Yeah, man.
A lot
Which is
you
kind
know-
of
you know, last
surprising
time-
because, like,
Do you not think?
Cal's not. He doesn't have many. Like, he's got a couple of physique. Or
Do you not think people
she's wearing
take-
bodybuilding now? Eh? She's not physique. She's like straight up bodybuilding now, right?
think
Aye,
so.
she's a woman's body.
Yeah, I don't really. I'm surprised she can go to like a Shelby Starnes or something like
I
that.
don't know. You see me see that, but like coaches will take clients so far and then they go, like maybe they might have got an Olympia invite and then they'll go, all right, I'm going to go with Cal for this or something like that. Do you know what I mean? You've seen it be like,
Also, shout out to Cal Raystrick. I'm pretty sure he's had his baby.
shout out.
Not that he's watching this.
oh,
but
he's watching. He's watching.
He's always watching. Well done, Cal. Congrats. And Hannah.
Bring back the muscle mentors.
Yeah, I know. God, that's such a throwback, eh?
That's good.
You don't even have the platform anymore. Like, see,
No.
Why did they not keep
Bro,
it?
I'm
I
pretty
went
sure
to
it's
Cal's
been
IGN probably as
I'm pretty sure it's been redesigned as some sort of like television movie buffs kind of like review thing because that's what Luke Hoff is. It Luke
Right,
Hoffstead?
Luke Hoffman.
Luke Hoffman.
yeah.
Aye.
That's what.
Bro, I tried
that's
to
what he
find
does
his
now.
Instagram the other day to see like.
No,
what
he does. He reviews films and shit now, mate.
That's
that what he
Aye,
crazy.
he doesn't. He's just he's sacked off. I think so. Was he exercise? No, he wasn't
Yeah, no,
exercise.
no,
mechanics.
yeah, he was- no,
Was
he
he
was
exercise
exercise
Oh, that guy
mechanics?
was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
genius, man. That guy.
Bro, he was a wizard, that boy.
He was. That was.
He was probably. I thought he was like the coolest out of them all.
Nah.
No, Cal was the coolest.
Aye.
Cal's always been the coolest.
Okay, well, but
And he is
between
the
they were
coolest.
like the two main dogs because then there was like
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
there
yeah.
was
Because
Because then they
others.
had Paul Standall, they
Paul-
had James.
yeah.
Then they got Ryan Hook was in. They had a few. They
And
had
now
a-
there's like a fucking
Now that-
team of them.
yeah, now
hundreds of pro
realistically
coaches.
speaking, you've got Cal,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got Zach, and then everyone else.
Yeah.
To be fair, Ross Burns, like he's
Ross
doing,
is quite quiet these days. Eh? You don't really hear
Very
much from
quiet.
him.
just
I don't
being-
even know if-
just being Irish and
It's almost as if
Because he had there was
Getting
a
people in
point
shape.
where he was kind of the second man to Cal,
was-
and then I kind
and
of
then
passed over
just-
to now Zach.
Zach's
Aye,
doing
Zach's-
fucking
Zach's
awesome, by the
amazing.
way.
I love his shit, man. He's so
Man,
trans.
Zach
He's
is
just
just
back.
he
He's
doesn't
just
give a
black
shit.
and white.
He's so black
Yeah,
and white.
Zach
He
doesn't
doesn't
give a fuck,
complicate
eh?
things either.
No.
And I don't think he's.
Which is quite interesting because the pro coach bracket's
Aye.
more heavy data
100%.
driven
Aye, and he's
numbers.
not like that.
I don't
But
know if
that's
it
what I
is like
like.
that anymore, though. Eh?
Personally speaking, that's
Still,
what I think they
no.
base their like
It's
business
like,
on. Like,
no
that's
disrespect to Zach, he knows his shit. He's fucking getting Olympia qualifications. He's doing amazing, but he doesn't seem as almost intellectual or maybe as, I don't even want to say educated and be disrespectful, but it doesn't
certainly
have
not
that
science.
he's not science based. He's like, I know what to do. What with this physique? This is what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? It's
But
like,
I think it's a nice
bodybuilding
blend.
That's
for you, though.
bodybuilding,
You don't
bro.
need to be like
you
that.
don't need
Bro,
to
you don't
be.
need to
I totally agree.
No coach turns up to a show wearing a fucking lab coat.
Do you think
you're right.
Joe Jeffrey peaks boys the same as Chris Aceto?
Nah,
They're polar
so
opposites more than likely.
Shooting for the same result, but completely opposite.
Joe Jeffrey's like, pee in a bottle and drink it and then see what happens. And you're like, oh, fuck.
I just speaking of Joe Jeffrey, I seen Dean, shout out Dean, PCA Pro Card, well
Yeah,
done, brother.
bro,
I knew you were going to do
Yeah,
it.
he peaked him, eh?
Yeah.
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
He was actually talking to me at the start of the week, so he was about it. He was sending me over a few visuals. He was like, "What do you think? How do you think I'm looking and stuff like that?" I was like, "Mate, you're looking bang on." But I did not know until actually show day that Joe peaked him for it. But again, well done, man.
Wonder
coached him
how
before?
Kirk O'Brien was with that, man.
Oh,
I know. Kirk
I was
shooting for the
actually
Pro Card.
sat there looking up into the kind of judging panel because I could see
And Kirk was on it still.
and what I can remember, it didn't look like he was clapping
Aye,
when he got the
he couldn't
award.
be on the panel if he was.
But that's what I'm saying though.
So you
is-
noticed that,
so I wasn't sure if the reason the reins were passed over because Kirk's on the panel.
that
But
seems like a very
they've always
interesting
done
switch.
really well together though.
Yeah.
But that's a big extreme. That's like what extreme.
crazy.
I was
next,
literally about
mate.
to say, like,
That literally is
I don't
like-
know. I don't know how Kirk works.
I
Like,
fucking do, man, and it's like, no offense, Kirk, you're a lovely guy, but your shit, some of your shit's a bit mad.
So I've never spoken to anyone that's worked with Kirk, so I've got no idea. But I can just imagine that it's not going to be remotely similar to what Joe Jeffrey's doing.
Nah, it's completely different. Completely
sorry,
different.
sorry, before we drag on, bro. Did you get a fucking parking ticket at PCA?
Mate, have you not seen the
Bro,
reel?
did you see the fucking row of cars?
Bro, I was one of them.
Yeah, were you?
I said in my reel, wait to see when I post
Oh,
this
you
PC reel.
bastard.
I'm like, it was worth it. Got a parting ticket here. It was worth it. But PCA, let's touch on PCA. So Ali took the pro card, Kennedy. Well done to Kennedy, which was brilliant as well, by the way.
Shout
Man,
to
it was
Vaughn
good
for,
to see.
like the structure
Yeah,
there,
Vaughn
man.
did
Because
that,
I remember
100%.
speaking to you. It might even been you. No, it was because we were speaking on the
Probably both of
podcast.
us, to be fair.
Aye, I called
she was
it.
way
Hold
too,
on a
she
minute,
was
I
way too
called
hard
it.
weeks out. I was like, bro.
Aye.
I was like, she's gonna be dismissed. She's gonna be too. She's gonna be too lean here.
Aye.
And like, personally speaking, see, like, I'm trying to put myself in Kennedy's shoes, right? Going from chasing
I feel like
condition,
you'd suit Kennedy's shoes.
I probably wouldn't fit Kennedy's shoes. Well, you never know, actually.
Wow.
Kennedy, can you donate your shoes to us, please, so we can
We know what
find out?
Vaughn's like, man. Probably like 5,000 units of GH. If her feet are anything like her fucking delts, then yeah, probably will actually fit.
Fucking, those delts are wild.
but-
But
It's just
Vaughn,
like
though, like, I
little
remember
boulders.
seeing her a few weeks out, and I was like, he's going to have to reverse her into this because she's way too conditioned. And he did, and it looked good. I don't know about you guys, but I would have liked her a little bit harder.
I'm kind of on board.
Do you know
with
what I mean?
that.
But
Yeah,
just because she was too
I know what
hard
you're talking
before,
about.
but
Yeah.
just go back. But it was enough to win
A
the
little
fucking
bit,
pro card.
100%,
So again, mate, I'm
100%.
not taking anything from you. I think you looked insane, man. Like it was.
No,
it
she
was.
did. She
It
looked
was
amazing.
like I
When
thought
she walked
it
out, it
was
was
going
like,
down
oh,
that
fuck,
road.
okay, yeah.
The silhouette, mate, is just see when it's the black backdrop.
It's kind of like Andrew.
Ridiculous.
It's not like I'm just gonna sound fucking stupid as fuck. It's kind of like Andrew Jacked. Like if you were to wait.
Kennedy.
Someone put a comparison of
Kennedy's
Kennedy
going
and
open.
Andrew
Yeah.
Jack.
Anyway, any chance we can get a picture up?
I know what you're talking about.
But it's like if you turned all the lights
That
off and there was just a
silhouette.
bit of a spotlight. It's
you're
like
like, this is
Kennedy's
amazing.
silhouette. It's like fucking awesome.
But that is a commonality
well
amongst a lot of the winners, the way you can just see
They've
the
got, you
shape.
can see it almost before.
I reckon you could turn the lights off and see Ali's conditioning. You'd be like, nice. You'd still know he's fucking granite
veins
hard.
coming off the arms
You
and
know what I mean?
whatnot.
I thought the overall for the men's stuff was really good. Actually,
It was a good overall.
Aye, that was really good, man.
I would have liked to.
I think everybody who won the pro cards.
Oh, by the way,
deserved,
we've totally
wasn't it?
brushed over the fact that Steve McDonald,
Oh, mate,
like the natty in the
one
untested Fed, was
Unreal.
like, mate, it was
Unreal.
fucking mental.
The thing
Is
with
that the first
Steve,
time he's done a PCA show?
That's the first ever PCA show.
Aye,
and
'cause
it's-
I was like,
and it's
this-
his only a second ever untested
Look, the
show.
thing with Steve, mate, is
Stephen's
that like so many athletes don't do this, and it just annoys them and help me because whenever I've got guys on stage, I always tell them, I was like, get in front of the fucking line, just edge your feet forward, just edge them, mate, get ahead of the line, and he's
keep
a
edging.
master at it. And just
edging.
edge, bro.
Just keep
100%.
edging. When in doubt,
edge.
edge harder.
But generally, like,
yeah, Steve-
and that's what he does. He plays the stage so well, and because he's so conditioned,
Aye. He's posing as well as immaculate. Into
I would like him to. Right. Okay.
take steroids.
What?
Take steroids.
I'd
Yes.
love that.
I'd
We'd
like
all
to
love
take steroids.
that.
But no, I'd actually like to see Steve like he poses quite quick. Like he gets into poses really fast, and when he's doing his routine, it's really fast.
more like Swan Lake-esque.
I'd like to see him sort of like a little bit more
Softer.
slow and just sort of
Aye.
like slow it down a little bit, because when he hits a pose, man, like it's fucking crazy.
It was the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing to me because that's the first time I properly spoke and met Stephen at the Granite.
Lovely. Eh?
Mate, that's such a nice guy. And
Bro, did he tell you what you did the night before?
What was this, 10,000 grapes?
Super roll. No, he he stayed up all night because his best look is always at night.
Yeah.
So he stayed up all night, got the bus first thing in the morning
No way.
to Perth with no plan of getting home. He just turned up, Ryan Gibson tandem outside the venue, and then he just like turned up and won his class
guy's
and
mad.
almost won an overall.
That's insane, man.
Like, but I asked him, I was like, what the fuck are you doing staying up all night, you fucking mad cunt? And he was like, I just always look better at night, so I just stayed up all night.
I won't allow the morning to come if I stay up all night.
And I saw him after he won his class.
He's literally like Prince of Persia here, like freezing time.
Aye,
There's
dude,
got to be
it's fucking
something like
mental. And
insane
I'm like,
within
so-
his
I'm
journey.
See, this
wait.
is what I mean, like, Steve, I fucking love you, but that's the dumbest shit ever, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, that makes no fucking sense, mate. Like, it's not like your body doesn't move because you're awake or sleeping. Like, it's
But he's
still the
just-
same
I'll
task.
Yeah,
just
he's like,
stay up.
but he's like, oh, I always look better at night, so
That's
I just,
legendary. Isn't it?
I'm saying this is like
That's
my
fucking
bodybuilding is
crazy.
just like sometimes it
It's
just
fucking
works.
crazy.
But I remember
so it
speaking to
is.
Steve, and I was like, we were chatting. I was on the Stairmaster, and we were just like, I was just asking him questions because the way he does things is so unorthodox
it's
in the
very
way that we
different.
would.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Tell
okay,
him the load. Tell him how he carb loads.
aye. So he splits his carb loading. So he does like the first. Steve, I might get this wrong.
This
so
sounds
don't.
like a gastric nightmare, by the way.
Aye.
Right? So just,
So
Aye.
the first
smash
half
the
of
GI
the
to
first
stress.
day is bananas. Then the second
Just banana.
The second half of the first day is just grapes. Then
mate, I'm talking like punnets of grapes, mate.
Aye,
Not just
bro,
like a
he's-
couple.
aye,
Like,
bro.
I'm talking fucking kilos of grapes.
bro, he's going into supermarkets and just grabbing everything he can, but it's all grapes and bananas. Then I'm pretty certain it's the first half of the second day he does just white potato. Then the second half of the second day he does just sweet potato.
What the fuck is?
And I'm sitting there going, and I'm asking Steve, and I'm going, question. What would happen if you had one banana, 200 grapes, 200 white potato, 200 sweet potato, instead of being like just banana, just grapes? And he's like, dude, it's the people I've looked up to. This is what they've done for years. So I do the same. And he finds his own. Dude, he told me he drank 21 liters of water.
That's wild.
21 litres
Aye.
of water.
That's
Or it was 18. It was
crazy.
like it was
In
was
one
somewhere-
day?
Aye.
That's
Along with all of
wild.
that food.
Aye.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Bro, how do you not?
Steve, I might have fucked this up, and if I have, I'm sorry. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
You're not be that far off the mark.
But I'm sitting there. I'm
still.
sitting there going, and my brain.
I would have about 10
That's-
different hernias,
aye.
man. I'd be
Bro,
like,
my sort of like
bulge here,
coaching brain. I'm
bulge
sitting here
there.
going.
What would actually
You could
happen
have to
there?
just like sit there and go like,
That's fucking crazy.
I'm
Aye.
just. But
and think about when you eat. Think about when you eat maybe about 20 grapes, your stomach, you feel burst.
Bro, if you
'cause of
told-
but
you
that's the
told me
thing.
I
Is
had to
like,
drink-
it's like having that much fructose can't be good
No.
for the gut.
I always
And the thing
when
is like if you're having that much potato, which the skin of potato can be
It's
quite harsh in the stomach.
100%.
And then I do think that grapes can be quite harsh as well.
definitely.
Surely, if you're smashing
shit
all
ton.
of that, it's like.
100%, man. A bit
I
of
don't know. I
fructose
don't know
for
if
each
it's a
meal.
potassium thing. I don't know if it's because.
I bet you
Well,
would.
I
You
understand
wouldn't
that,
want
but
to
like you've
fuck with
got
the
an
potassium
absolute
to that
surplus
degree.
from all that. An
Yeah,
absolute
yeah,
surplus
I know,
from the-
but I know, but like
100%.
I'm sitting here thinking in my
Because
head.
like you said, I don't understand maybe having a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit, just
But
so you're
not-
pulling all of these vitamins and minerals together.
Aye.
But like when it's just like,
Is this just literally grapes and banana? It doesn't have any protein, any.
No.
Legit,
Bro,
just.
he was walking around PCA Scotland.
I know you
with-
don't need
with
protein
a
when you're
va- with
carb
a
loading,
fucking
but-
like vacuum sealed bag of fucking tatties.
That's wild, isn't
Aye.
it?
and it's not even like.
But I'm not gonna lie, bro.
It's not. Your last
Bro.
thing you'd want to load up on is potato.
I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. If I could drink 21 litres of water, just eat grapes, bananas, potatoes, and look like Steve McDonald,
Oh, bro,
I
I'd do it.
fucking would.
I would do it.
I fucking would.
You,
I'd
you
do it.
can't eat. I suppose you can't
Bro,
argue
I'd
with
never
the guy
eat
looks
anything- I'd
insane.
never
Remember
eat-
Chris Bain did that. He was telling me when he was working with was his first ever photo shoot prep, and that's what he did. But the thing with Chris though, mate, is you could give him 5,000 grams of carb, he would just never spill, and it probably seems to be a commonality with. I think that Steve could probably do anything and he would still
It
probably
would
look
still
fucking
look
awesome.
insane.
Genuinely.
It's got to be hard when you're that.
Yeah.
When you've got that texture, that condition, it's like you're not getting fat.
Either way,
Or
Steve
still.
is one of the
But
most.
metabolically, he's a freak, mate. Because
Steve is one of the most
he does like
impressive
an 8
physiques
week,
I've seen.
He does an 8-week prep.
That's
bro.
crazy. 8-week prep, doesn't sleep the night before his show, grapes, bananas, and potato. The guy there's a genetic component to how.
Bro,
how
I
that
don't think
man
I don't
is
think in my
built.
fucking wildest dreams I could ever beat Steve.
No.
Like I actually just don't think I could.
You could take all the drugs in the world, well, for me anyway, and I don't think I'd genuinely. I don't know. Should we try it out, Taylor?
I think
You want to try it?
No.
You
Do you think I could?
You could definitely beat
I'm
Steve.
coming for you,
could
Steve.
definitely beat
Classic.
Steve.
2030,
you eat enough
actually.
bananas, grapes and potatoes.
Structurally, you would dwarf Steve.
I know, but it's just that.
But remember, it was
muscle
close. It
bellies
was
and
close between
misogyns.
him and
Yeah,
Gaz.
because Gaz that was standing at the back of the fucking stage. I was literally screaming at him. I was like, fucking move forward, man. Mate, there's some pictures when Al's up on stage and I'm holding sides with Gaz because he's miles away.
Oh, by
and
the way,
I'm
let's touch on
well
Taylor
ahead.
on stage at the Granite, mate. You look fucking.
I know, you fucking
man. I think you
self-obsessed
like.
fucking
Can I just say
idiot.
this? Because I know in the build-up to you're a bit. I just don't want to look at a place against bigger boys
And
and,
you looked
stuff
so
like
out
that.
of place. So out
You
of
looked
place.
horrendous. You shouldn't have been up. You looked amazing.
Thank you, mate. I
And you must
appreciate
look reflect in the pictures and go, fuck, I look good.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Like there was one boy that I thought, well, there was Nat. Obviously, I was standing right beside Nat, who's one of Dan Bastic's boys,
Insane.
and he's always been insane. And I've always thought, oh mate, he's going to absolutely mog me.
But how far off the
And-
mark
and
were you
he- I mean, he's bigger than me. He's better than me. But like he, in terms of that lineup, in my humble opinion, and again, I'm not talking down on Gaz or anything like that, man. Gaz just fucked it in terms of where he was. If Gaz just took a step forward, he would have been the biggest person in that fucking lineup. But
Gaz is so
he was all the way.
impressive,
He was all the way in the fucking backstage area, as far as I'm concerned. So
You're still
he
pumping
done
up.
himself a disservice there. But like in that lineup, I mean, I was standing beside fucking Wojtek, mate.
Aye.
Like when I
I've
started
never seen
bodybuilding-
Wojtek before,
When
by
I,
the way.
when I
He's
started,
a
only-
fucking scary looking
I've
motherfucker.
only
Aye.
heard of this man.
but he's brand new. He's
I've only
strong.
heard
I've heard he's the nicest man ever, but I've never seen him before.
He's so
I'd
sound,
only
mate.
ever heard stories like that he was just mad as fuck and he was strong as fuck.
Aye.
And I saw him and I was like,
Yeah,
Right.
and like it's being beside him and just seeing the width of him, but then looking at the pictures with me, I'm like,
Mate,
yeah.
I was watching it on the screen because I was, and then I ran out to the balcony and stuff like that to see it, and I was like, mate, you're up there.
Yeah.
It's an incredible lineup. Do you know what I would love to see? I'd love to see that full lineup, stage ready condition. That would be so fucking cool.
Yeah. Well,
Do you know what I mean?
next year I'll definitely
Yeah,
be.
he's
I'll
very
definitely
good.
go back up on stage next year, but I'll be
Talking about shows for
I'll
next
be
year as well.
very, very tight. Yeah, man. So like next year, I'm definitely going to be doing the Arnold Classic UK, which is like a big one. So I have to qualify before that.
probably be Martin's show, eh? Condition
Cup.
Cup.
Is it?
That was just on,
Kingdom
wasn't it?
Classic or something
Kingdom
like that?
Classic.
Would you do the Arnold's?
Would I do the
I
Arnold's?
asked him that,
No,
man.
I'm fucking pish.
I
Bro,
think you should. do that.
I'm
all-
fucking hopeless.
Could do novice.
Getting about
See
it.
if there was a class where I could keep my shirt on and just have my legs out.
These two hang me on. You're two.
I think I'd win.
He is though, man.
And
But to
he-
be fair though, so when he competed, I do think he was overlooked, and I think that's just like lingered with
Well,
him.
think how many years ago was that? 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Ah, fuck no,
Two-
shit. October 23.
Right. So you've been working away for two and a bit years now.
Aye, I'm still pish though.
See what's there.
Honestly, I'm like,
I'm not pish.
I'm not okay. I'm not total
You,
pish.
when you say pish, it's because you're comparing yourself to fucking a different caliber.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But like
a very high
I
caliber.
just I know I can be better, and I'm hoping I will be next time I step on a stage whenever that happens.
When is next time?
I keep trying to get him to the Scottish
The
season.
three you should do the Arnold's.
I know,
think.
man. I know.
I get run down, but I know I'll go there and get run down. But see,
Would you want? You wouldn't want to
just
do
for the
Granite
I
either,
would
would
do
you?
Granite, no.
I
It's
need
too
to
close
do
to home. You
Granite.
have.
Love
Yeah,
to do
it's
Granite,
just
man.
it's not. It's there's too much like pressure on that for me personally.
Yeah,
Like,
aye.
I'd rather do the Arnold's than do Granite.
You know what? I'm actually looking forward to the pressure though,
Aye,
because
feel
like
that.
I know what's
Thrive under
expected, and I know the
Yeah, but I
same
don't like
with
the
you.
pressure. Like, but the thing is, right? You've won overalls, and you've done well in almost
Aye.
every show that you've done. Right? Well, every show that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the champion of the second call out, so I don't really want the pressure of standing up against
And
people
then
and like
Potentially not doing as good.
yeah, like especially not in my own city. Like, I just don't, and it's I may be exposing myself a little bit here. I just don't really want that. I'd rather compete down in England.
Yeah.
I like people just not knowing who I am, standing on a stage and being like,
I see. I like that. I know. But I'm
I don't know.
About PC
I would like
Scotland,
to do. I would like to do a two bro show at some point. I just felt like I have a bit of a sour taste in my mouth after that PCA Yorkshire because I really do feel like I got. Don't get me wrong. I don't think I should have won. I don't think I was like the fucking champion of the fucking day.
You
But I
were
really do
overlooked,
think
but-
Head, though.
that I really do think that I was on the outside as soon as I came out,
Aye,
and I felt like I didn't even really get a look. And then they just put me in the second call out, and I was like,
that's bullshit.
okay. I was like, and again, I'm not saying I should have won, and I'm not saying the judging was totally wrong. I just felt like it was a rush.
Yeah,
There was 13 boys in my class.
Fucking, that's a big class as well.
Like 13 boys in my class, and they were just like, right, everyone on, yep, quarter turn, yep, okay, front double, all right, okay, cool, everyone off. And bro, I had to prep for 27 weeks
For that.
and I
Oh,
reckon
it's
I was on
annoying.
stage for, including my routine, 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's shit, man.
And it was like go, go, go. Like, and
I do think they are like that with the other class of the day. Just
Definitely,
because if they start behind, they finish
but that's
way
why
behind.
that to me was said, like, solidified that I'm like, next time I'm just going to do my open class. I'm just going to do open bodybuilding in the tall class, because at least there'll be less people, so I'll actually get more of a look. And they kind of give those classes a little bit more time.
Yeah.
I feel like with novice and first timers, because there's a lot of people in them.
I get that.
And well, the year after, PCA Yorkshire 2024, there was about fucking 3 novice folk there. I was like,
it's a bastard.
I was like, any fucking chance?
That would be ideal.
But it was a good experience all the same. And I'm you know, for me though, from a competitive standpoint, I will compete again without doubt. I just don't know where.
Have you been marinating on it?
Well,
Have you been kind of thinking about what your plans are?
I'd love to do Granite, but obviously I'm going to have clients competing at it. So it's probably going to be down to me be able to kick back and giving you the pressure. And just letting you do your thing. But I don't know. Definitely PCA Scotland, man.
I think we should, mate.
I need a PCA Scotland.
I think
the Granite potentially. I'd love to.
Bro, I would genuinely, mate, next year, you take the fucking men's physique, I'll take the open.
Let's do it. PCA Scotland.
Yeah.
Not if I take the open.
Get in.
Not if I take men's physique.
Yeah.
Not if I take bikini.
Sane boys. I need to get stepping.
I know, man. That's
So I'd like to
an
say
hour.
aye. Thank you so much.
Short one day. Well, why are we doing an hour today, bro? What's happening today?
Right, sorry, aye.
What are you doing? Tell us about your fucking car as well.
The boys can proceed to continue. So I was basically driving here, went down a pothole, blew my tyre out. Lindsay's competing today, Chris is competing today, but I'm still making it to the Scottish Bodybuilding Podcast.
What a legend, man.
What a fucking
This
boy.
podcast shall remain loyal. But I'm going to need to shoot because I have got Chris and Lindsay competing today.
Mad.
The mornings are mapped out.
What time are they on?
The protocols are mapped out. Lindsay's on at 12:30. It's currently 10:30 just now. So I says I'd get back to the house round about this
So
time.
what, Lindsay's having cream of rice at this time, peak max at this time, peak max at that
Not
time?
about cream of rice at 10:30. Seriously, so
Nah, good.
2 hours
That's
out for
funny
stage, the pre-stage meal. They're all set up, protocols are good to go, and I said I'm going to get in. We'll get a bit of the Scottish Bodybuilding Podcast done. You can feel free to continue, by the way. I'm literally...
We can go for another.
We'll
talk about your
wrap some
seasons
bits up.
competing. So people, thank you so much. I'm sorry I've got to leave early, but I'm sure these two lovely gentlemen will keep you well entertained.
We'll keep the ship afloat.
Keep the
Keep
ship
us
afloat.
posted.
Best of luck to Lindsay. Best of luck to Chris today.
We'll give
Thank
you a bell
you.
if we pop over.
Big up the man
Definitely,
down.
let us know. You can pay on the door.
Yeah, can you?
All right.
Banging.
So
Right, we'll give you a shout.
message me
CRM
after.
10 get you any discounts at the door?
I don't know.
What about that sunbed shop, CRM 10?
That's a good shout, by the way. I might invest in one. Right, God
dog.
bless. Thank you so much, people. Much love.
I still away go.
Shoot
And
the
if
shit.
you've not, I'm obviously we're speaking about Calvin's plans to compete. You're still pretty much in the fence about when you're kind of trying to sort. I mean, what are you doing just now? Because we were having this conversation last night, and you're trying to get.
Yeah, my... I don't know, I have a lot of issues mentally. No, I'm just... I'm just...
Good one, bro.
I'm just going... sorry, mental health jokes. No, I'm just going through a bit of a... Not a turbulent period, but from a business perspective, I'm the busiest I've ever been. Like, and it's fucking mental. Like, and I say that like I'm not at the level that you are or Calvin is, right? But
It's just relative, man.
It's-
You get used to it.
I got like a boom in like December,
You did.
January.
It was a hefty bit.
I did 24 setups in January.
It's pretty much almost a setup a day.
And I was like, what in the name of fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So I'm still adjusting to that workload. Alongside that, I've somehow fucking developed sciatica, which is class. And I also got the plague on my birthday, which was last week. So my actual plans right now with Vicky, we're just trying to get my body like responsive and healthy and get things feeling good, which I am definitely feeling. But I dropped like 12 pounds and I'm feeling much better for it. The goal is still to compete. The goal is still to be as big as humanly possible, and I still want to get to like 300 pounds. But
What's close? You got again 280.
I got to 285, and it wasn't a bad 285 either. Like it was actually it wasn't like a totally soft and shite 285. Like it was decent. But my body was just like it needed a
Tapping
clear
out.
out. It needed a little bit of time to settle. So depending on what I've got on next year, I will compete next year. I'd love to do PCA Scotland and I'd love to do Two Bro Scotland, but it's all going to depend on whether I've got clients and shows.
Yeah.
I know I've already got a few people lined up for Granite. I know I've got people lined up for the back of the year. I've probably got about 10 to 12 people wanting to compete next year.
Yep.
And that's always going to be my priority. Like over my own body, but like I'm not going to be Mr. Olympia. So I can probably put that on the back burner and go, fuck it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, take care of the
and just
clients.
take care of my clients. Because honestly, I've probably got like at least 5 to 10 clients that are way better than I'll be. as a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. And I'm totally chilled
You
with
can
it.
still live through them though.
Yeah, of course.
I mean?
But the thing is, like, when Lucas was competing at Granite, like, I was having a fucking blast.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I was stressed, but I was having a fucking blast.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a different kind of stress. I think it's a lot easier actually just competing ourselves and putting people on
way
stage.
easier, man.
Way easier.
Way easier. Like, it was a good experience, though. And I'm really glad I had it in the way that I had it. I've got someone else competing this year that shall remain nameless in a few weeks' time, which is exciting.
Come on.
Yeah. And that'll be a big show. That'll be a big show as well, so that's cool. But you outlined your competitive plans, didn't you?
Man.
You were saying...
so I'll do Arnold. I'll do the UK Arnold next year. I'll like to qualify beforehand. Honestly, mate, see if I just place like top 3, genuinely, I would be elated in like a heavyweight class.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like elated if I could place like a top 3 in like a UK Arnold's.
Yeah.
Even just like first call outs would still be pretty impactful. I definitely want to try and bring a really good look for PCA Scotland and definitely a really good look for Two Bros. I do think just with me right now, though, my physique is probably going to handle better within the NPC region just with the weight cap. You know, like right now, I'm sat, I mean, this morning was 108.5. It's 108.5 this morning. I'd say maybe if I'm like stage condition, I'd probably need to take like 10 to 12 off right now. Putting me at like 98, let's say. I think if I can get another off season under my belt, I'll be sat at like 101 to 102.
You'll be the bottom end. You'll be top end heavy.
Which is bang on the top end of heavies.
Yeah.
And that's where I think my physique's going to shine.
I would agree.
Because I know I can bring razor condition and then push the fullness really well. So even on stage, I'll be like 105. You know, and I think that would be a really fucking good look.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Like bursting full, still really dry. Especially that I've brought like my chest up. I need more arm for sure. But they're coming.
But you're always,
but
but your physique is always going to need more arms.
Yeah.
Because everything else just explodes. And your arms are just slower.
They're so fucking slow,
that's
man.
all it
So
is.
slow. But I you know what? Like after being on stage at Granite, I lacked a lot of confidence for a while, and being on that stage, like asserted that I'm still on the right path, and I'm still gonna, you know, do well when I go to compete again.
But you're in a position where like your business is thriving at the moment.
Yeah, but you know
And,
what?
like-
Business for me, I don't need to push it anymore. Like I'm so blessed that I've just got all these loyal clients who just.
That means anyone that wants coaching should come to me.
But honestly though, man, like business is so consistent these days, which is crazy. Like I've always dreamed to be in this position where I don't need to advertise, where word of mouth just carries me, and I'm kind of there just now. And my clients are also understanding, which puts me at ease because it means that when I need to call for them to support a little bit and give me a little bit of wiggle room, you know, with
But
the
they're
rest of the
understanding
timings.
because of what you do.
Yeah, I mean, like I try and deliver the best fucking service I possibly can. You know, I try and say, you know, lead from the fucking front in Scotland, and I think people can see that, and in turn they'll give me that respect. And that's the thing with coaching, man, is it is like I was having a conversation with one of my clients the other day, man. I was so appreciative of the help, just because last week, mate, I was done in. I was mentally, physically exhausted, mate. I was burning out, something awful. Like I just took the week off of socials. I felt like shit, and I was speaking to my client, and I was like, look, man, like see the relationship that I have with my clients, it's not like I'm a barber. It's not like I'm a wee in and out job. It's like I will talk to most of my clients 2, 3, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Right? You develop a good relationship and a rapport. And I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, if any clients are listening to this, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Like, I see us as a team. And if you're not gonna support me and just at least give me a little bit of respect when 365 days of the year I have been there for you at a click of a fucking finger.
Yeah.
It's like, don't fucking work like that, man. It's like it's like I'm a busy coach, I'm a popular coach. If you're not willing to respect that in that sense, to give me a little bit of time because I will always be there for you, maybe it's just not for you, man. Because I don't want to work with people like that. I want to work with people that
You're in
I
a
love and
position
connect
where you
with.
can be really selective. And to be honest, I'm in a position where I can be selective now too. Like I've dropped people recently because I'm like, you know what, this just isn't working, and this isn't what I need. This isn't what you need. So like
The thing with coaching, man, is like sometimes I get myself in a state because I feel like I want it more than other people's. And like, I should never want that.
no.
We should be on the same path. We should be on the same fucking path here, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think you give a lot to your clients. I give a lot to my clients, and it's nice when that sort of respect is reciprocated.
Yeah.
You know, like it feels good, and that's why I really try and take like a Sunday off, for example, and all my clients are really understanding that like I don't work on a
It's the
Sunday.
day of Jesus.
It's the day of Jesus. It's the
Leave
day of
me alone.
rest. God damn it.
Amen. Leave me alone.
Yeah, but it's good, man. It's, you know, I think for you, your clients are very understanding, and you are in a very, very good position. That's earned. It's not it doesn't happen by accident.
Yeah.
But because of that, you can be selective, and you can say to people, "Look, this is what I'm doing. This is when I'm doing it. Can you please understand?" And everyone will be like, "Yeah, of course, that's fine." Last week, I had to put a message in my group chat being like, guys, I am fucking dying. I was like, I am fucked. So bear with me on responses. Everyone's like, yeah, it's totally cool.
That's the thing, mate. See if you just communicate with your clients, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
I was checking on my client Reagan the other day, and he was like, bro, I just want to say thank you sort of for your communication. I know you've had like a crazy past couple of weeks, but you've just kept us in the know, mate. And I'm not getting stressed out, running about, wondering where this is. Like, I know it's going to land.
Yeah.
You've kept me up to date. And that's something that any coach should do.
Yep.
I fucking hate when I see a coach post on their Instagram story saying, all clients, please be aware that I am away doing this. I'm like, just
Bro, make a fucking group
message
chat.
them.
Just make a group
Like,
chat
don't
and
be so-
fucking put it in the group. I had to put one in the other day. I've got getting a tattoo on Tuesday. And I was just like, guys, anyone that's a Tuesday check-in, can you please check in on Monday? Because I don't want anyone to have to wait all day for responses. So please. And everyone's like, yeah, cool. That's totally fine. But I don't need to be on Instagram being like, to any clients that check in on a Tuesday, please check in on a Monday. It's like, no, don't do that. Stop.
It's fucking daft.
Please bear with me on responses. I'm flying to the other side of the world. It's like, fuck off. Put it in a group chat and shut up. We don't need to do that.
Yep. It's always the same people that do it, man.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know.
fucking just go and make a group chat, bro. It takes 2 minutes.
I know. It's fucking
Takes
mad.
2
Like,
minutes.
but no, I think for you, competing next year will be exciting.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll be at all your shows. I'll be tagging along.
You'll be carrying my bags. Come
Yeah,
on.
I'll be the bag carrier,
Come
fucking cutlery washer.
I can't wait though, man. Honestly, like I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm looking forward to getting back into that.
You really thrive in
do.
those circumstances.
Yeah.
You know, like you really do. And you're very, I mean, we're all very similar. Like, you get to that sort of like 12-week out mark, your fucking cognitive function is insane. And you're just like, I am firing on all cylinders right now. Then you get to about 4 weeks and you're like, I officially have no brain
Nothing.
cells left.
Yep.
But I still keep doing everything that I need to keep doing. And it's like that, I miss that feeling. I really miss that feeling of like,
Just you're so in it, man.
bro, I'm up at 4 a.m. I'm like fucking David Goggins. I'm carrying boats. I'm just fucking getting after it.
The thing is that you need to stick to routine, otherwise your days are just get so fucked. Like, see if you're not doing something, you just feel even more fucked.
Yeah.
Which you have to just keep moving, keep doing. Like I am fucking dreading doing this shit a year from now, man. You know, he'll be the same, man. Like we'll both be sat here like fucking robots, mate.
Bro,
It'll come across as so scripted. Like, see when I look back at my fucking Instagram stories,
Yeah, I was literally
I'm
bringing
like
it
a
up.
fucking robot, mate.
Bro, I've got a video.
There's no like.
I've got a video of me
enthusiasm.
sitting on your sofa.
Yeah.
And I think I'm 3 weeks out, or I'm 2 weeks out. I'm fucking, mate, I look like I've not eaten in about fucking 6 months. And I'm sat there talking to my story like, hey guys, yeah, so I'm feeling pretty tired today.
Guys, I feel so energized.
Yeah. It was just like,
Slept
it's the most
great.
fucking miserable story ever. And then the story after, it's like me in your mirror, like flexing my quad. I'm like, man. It's just like, it's so funny, man. I do miss that. I do miss that feeling, and I'm excited to get back there again. For me, it'll be when the time is right, like when my body is firing and everything is, you know, all of the.
I feel like you have to go through a good like year.
I
to put you in this spot.
definitely think I don't give myself enough credit for the size that I have put on.
No.
But when you're 6'3", there's so much to fill out. And my fucking chest is still pish, so I need to bring that up. And it's just fucking, there's a lot. But for you, you're very complete. You're very balanced. It's just your arms. Like, your arms
They're dog shit, man.
Yeah, they are pish.
They're so dog shit.
But if you could have my arms,
Oh no, mate. If I could have anyone else's arms, mate.
Jack Gunn's arms.
Oh, bro. If I had Jack Gunn's arms, I'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, that would be fucking class.
That'd be Jack's.
Jack's got the best arms ever.
Jack's planning on doing the season next year. And he was telling us that he's planned on prepping himself. And I was like, Jack, you just fucking make sure you prep yourself for the Scottish season openers.
Oh, mate. I don't know how that's going to go.
Hopefully abysmal. And I can fucking beat the bastard.
That'd be funny as fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
I bet Jack will actually get in shape this time. He's like, fuck, Taylor's going, I got to fucking step up now.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, Jack has all of the fucking tools.
Dude, he's insane, mate.
Like, he should be, like, I would put Jack in, like, the best amateurs in Scotland category if he could just fucking...
Even without that, though, but if he just came within striking distance.
How mad was it when we saw him at fucking Granite? Yeah. I hadn't seen that cunt in fucking months. And I'm like, how are you still fucking enormous?
He's like, nah, bro.
Bro, but my legs. I'm like, okay, fuck the legs.
No one's looking at your fucking legs. You're wearing a father and son triple small fucking t-shirt and your pipes are about to explode out of it.
Bro, I was like, I swear you're bigger. I'm like, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
And he's just fucking, Jack looks at dumbbells and gets bigger. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just unfair.
I know, man.
It's just fucking unfair. But I'd love to see Jack go again next year. It'd be class to see you two going at it. It would be fucking.
That
awesome.
would be good. It was always going to happen. So the fact it'll happen then,
It'd be exciting.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited to see Jack sort of pull it off.
I'm gonna just make sure and hammer my legs, man. Hammer them.
You don't need to.
I'll take advantage of the
You should be hammering your fucking piddly little fucking arms.
I know. I'm training legs every second week now, so
Oh, you are, aren't you?
yeah. It does stress me out a lot though, man.
You don't like that, do you?
Every week I'm like, my legs still holding, bro. They still holding.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've not been able to train my legs in the last 2.5 weeks because of the sciatica, and my fucking quads look class.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they just look like fresh.
yeah, they look a little bit flatter, but when I put a bit more blood in there, a little bit more food goes there, like it'll be fucking class.
Come alive.
And you'll be the same. Like you don't need to train your legs every week.
I know.
If it gives your arms and your top line a little bit,
I think
more
it
of a chance
has as
to come
well.
up,
I think it has.
then it's worth it. Because the thing is, we fucking melt ourselves on legs.
Yeah.
Like when we trained legs together at Flex a few weeks back, we were fucked.
Yeah, it was bad.
We're fucking walking about like fucking John Wayne. I was like, this is fucking miserable. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you don't need that every week.
Dude, the DOMs I get these days are even worse though because I'm training every second week. I'm talking like 4 or 5 days,
true,
mate. I'm not talking like near enough a week.
It would maybe be good for you to have like
A top up midweek.
like a leg extension hamstring.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
So I already
That
do
would
have
maybe be good.
hamstrings on the second week at the start of one of the sessions.
Ah, right. Okay.
But
So
I do
you
think
could
about
even put in
quads.
like 3 sets of leg extensions, a wee progressive set or something, just to
Yeah.
fucking keep things a bit fresher. Yeah, that might work.
I might
Actually,
just chuck in a couple of wee sneaky
bit of
sets.
insight into some programming from us today.
Just don't want to tell them all the secrets, brother. Anyway,
Should we wrap that
should
shit
we
up?
give it a wrap there?
Yeah, sorry. There's been absolutely no structure to this whatsoever. We were going to talk more about
There was
PJ.
never going to be though. But I think that's what the people like. So.
Yeah, it's just fucking.
We need to
waffling.
stop apologising and just fucking say, well, tough shit, guys.
Actually, I'm going to be unapologetically myself.
I know. I'm going to be unapologetic, disorganised as fuck and have no fluidity.
I love it.
I know. Can you imagine the bookmarks? Big
Oh.
fuck.
It'd be like, back to PC
Someone,
Scotland.
someone asked me that. I'm like, I don't have the fucking brain space to be fucking doing that shit.
I feel like it's one of those ones if you have like actual guests on,
Yeah.
like, you know, if Chris Bumstead comes on the podcast,
He's coming in a couple of weeks, bro.
you're going to have, because I messaged him. I met Chris Bumstead, by the way. Doesn't sound as fuck. But like, if you're having like a proper guest, like, you're not going to fucking plan a podcast for me to come on.
No. If anything, we try and expedite that shit and get it done quicker.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, we're done. Let's fuck off.
Aye, right, come on to fuck. But no, it's been a good podcast. I'll definitely come through again, and we'll try and get another one
Every
sorted.
second week we're doing them, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I can come through.
I mean, if people are desperate for a week, then do it. But fucking subscribe, mate, because I'm still not getting paid for this shit. And this shit ain't free.
First of all,
well, it is free today because we're sponsored by BodyBuilding Studios.
Come on,
amazing,
boys.
amazing.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been at the studio, by the way, and it's fucking sick.
It's good, eh?
I really like it. It's very different to like Luke and Will studio, but it's like it's a nice vibe. I like
It's
it.
different, but some
I
similar.
like the lighting. I like the seats. It's
I
comfortable.
like the hexagonal.
It was very welcoming when I came in. So if you do want to get a podcast
Yeah, Jill
done,
and Dale are amazing.
and you are down
And
this
there's
way,
a gym dog as well.
there is also a gym dog who's also called Cooper, which is the same name as my dog, and Cooper's a fucking goat. So
Therefore,
Get
you
to
guys should
Bulletproof
all
Studios.
come and sign up here and do podcasts.
yeah. I'd like to start a podcast in Aberdeen, but if I'm going to be a more regular part of this, then there's probably no fucking point.
And let's be real, no one's going to watch your podcast when we have a total domination of the Scottish bodybuilding scene with Calvin and I, so waste of time. That's right, Scottish Silverback.
Egotistical fucking
That's
maniac.
right, Scottish Silverback. Suck a dick. Fucking boring bastards, man.
Fuck Jack Gunn.
I know.
But no, it's been a pleasure as always. I am driving back up to Aberdeen today, which will be exciting. And yeah, I'll be back down at some point. We'll get another podcast done.
Yep.
We'll probably just waffle some. We should maybe do one that's
Some awful stops.
yeah, some waffle stomping. Come on, the boys. Did that in Taylor's new shower. It was class.
Yeah, we'd be sharp with that.
Yeah, well, maybe if we do it again, we'll maybe do like questions or something,
Yeah,
know what I mean?
we should do. We should do.
because that would probably.
Honestly, my brain capacity is still garbage from 2 weeks ago or the week last. So, but yeah, we
yeah.
should have done that.
Yeah.
We should do a lot, but we're still getting there, bro.
There's a time and a place for everything.
I know.
But yeah, thanks again for having me.
My pleasure. Right, guys, enjoy. Once again, shout out to Bulletproof Studios. Please hit them up, man. They're awesome. Their service is so efficient. They're great people, and the turnaround is rapido. So check them out. Thanks again. Go and check out our sponsor, Pit Stop. Blair 10, Taylor 10, CRN 10. Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
though.
fuck CRM 10
He
actually.
fucked off earlier, so he's getting nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
I've got loads of clients competing today as well, and I'm not going to see them. So what's he doing? Lazy bastard.
I know. But beyond that, though, guys, thanks again. Episode 5's wrapped up, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for episode number 6.
Yalla.
Peace.